just open up for questions. Matt, go.
Congrats on the win, both of you. Can you talk about a little bit, neither of you have started this season, you've had to do everything off the bench. Can you talk about what that mentality is like when you're stepping onto the floor for the first time, having to impact the game?
I would say for me, I've actually kind of enjoyed seeing the game kind of play out before I go in. I think it helps me kind of read like what the team I need at the time, what the defense is looking like, and trying to be in that spark off the bench. So it's definitely been an adjustment, but I think I've tried to change my mentality to, like I said, being that spark off the bench and just kind of being what the team needs at the time.
Caileigh, season high 12 rebounds for you. Was there something you were working on in practice, or is it just something that would happen over the course of the game?
Yeah, I mean, rebounding is all about effort, and it's something that I need to do better for, honestly, for my team. So today was the start of that, hopefully. Just got to keep it up every game.
And building on that, Caileigh, it seemed like a switch flipped in the second half. You had 11 points, 8 rebounds, 2 blocks in the second half. What was that change in your mentality at halftime and coming out in the second half?
Yeah, I was just talking to my coaches kind of first half. I had a couple good moves, just couldn't finish. So really just visualizing myself kind of the ball going through the basket and really just putting effort into parts of the game that wasn't necessarily scoring. So I know I need to score for my team, but even when I don't, I can still impact the game in other ways. So that's what I tried to do coming out after halftime.
For both of you, Caroline had 8 assists again. What's it like playing with someone like her who's just constantly pushing the ball ahead and finding people in open space?
It's fun. I mean, she's been playing with us for like 3 years now, so she knows where to hit us in transition or where to hit us in the play. Yeah, she's fun to play with. She's a really good floor general, a really good point guard, and honestly, like I've enjoyed having her as a point guard.
This is for either of you. Can you talk about the fans? What was it like?
Yeah, I mean, the fans make a huge difference. It's nice to have some fans in the stands, honestly. So I think anyone who's cheering for us, we're welcome. And hopefully we'll start to get regular fans back, not just the screaming kids. But we were happy that they were there.
Yeah.
And then, either or both of you again, 4th time that you guys are going into conference play. I know you still got the weekend, but after that, you guys are going into the meat of conference play for the 4th time in your careers. The last 2 runs through conference play haven't been as great, but you guys have already booked these 2 huge wins now in non-conference play. How can that help you guys build for this run into conference play this year?
I think the difference is last year we didn't have these 2 big wins, Utah, UNLV, who were in the tournament last year. Like I think we didn't have that confidence going into conference because we didn't really do our job in non-conference last year. So I think, with these last couple wins and then getting our wins in Philly too, like it'll help us have momentum to, battle the Oregons, the Washingtons, USC, and all the other Big Ten teams, hopefully. And I feel like we're feeling really confident about how we've been playing, and I hope that we can carry it over into conference.
Thanks, Lee.
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah, just a hard fought, really grinded out every possession, both teams, and UNLV coming off, 30-win seasons. They're a really good team, really well coached. They're going to be right back in the NCAA tournament, I would think, in March, and just really good win for us. They make you play every possession. They guard you, and they got to the glass hard. We did too, and it was just it was a great college basketball game at times. I know it got a little sloppy, but I think a lot of that was how hard both teams were playing defensively and how physical the game was. So congrats to them, and really proud of our team for, when they made that bucket to send it to overtime, instead of being deflated, we came out, with another surge of energy, and I was really proud of our team for that.
Coach, this year you guys have let opponents shoot a lot of threes, 12th in the country in most three-point attempts allowed. UNLV is a team that shot the 3 very well. Today, they only took 16 threes, 22% of their shots, and shot it very poorly. Was that really a concerted effort from you guys to keep them off the 3-point line?
I think Number one, yes, from the standpoint of certain players for them. I thought we closed out really well, and didn't give them a lot of open looks. When you do that, obviously you're matching up 20, 22 feet from the basket, so they're really good at driving it at you, and that was something that we had to stop too. So that's what makes them good. In scheduling this year, and again, we got 2 games coming up in Philly, teams that I think St. Joe's is somewhere in the top 5 in the country in threes, and I played in that gym enough. They got movable baskets, so when they shoot, the rim moves and the ball goes in. So I've seen it happen there. So that'll be a great tournament for us. College of Charleston will be a big matchup for us on Friday, and we'll go from there.
I just want to follow up on something that Noah said and something that you just said. Are you taking a per-player approach when it comes to scouting the 3 against teams? Are you trying to defend certain players differently?
Yeah, good question. I think I think we're really keying in on their top 2 players that can hurt us from 3. And again, right now I watched Connecticut hit 23s last night. Tennessee hit 33s the other night. So defending the 3 line is imperative in our league as we go forward into the Big Ten. You're going to have to be good at it, and we have to. I think one of our goals once we get back from the holidays and through this tournament in Philly, we got to become a better 3-point shooting team. We got to become more dangerous, and I think we have some pieces that can do that. We just, we're getting people coming out of injury that we didn't have opportunities to work with in October, November. So I think you'll see us as more of a threat as the season goes on.
Coach, you mentioned the 3-point struggle. Is Caileigh Lau as good as she's been playmaking wise? Again, 1 of 7 from 3 today. Shooting struggles have continued 10 games into the season. Is that something that's just not clicking for her, or rhythm wise?
Yeah, I'm trying to think. At Michigan, I think she was 3 for 6 from 3 the other night. So, just a week ago. So I think it's there. I think it's more. Sometimes, again, when you're in her situation, it's like Veronica Burton. You got the ball late in the shot clock too. In that, there's times when you're just going to have to get a shot up because of the clock. And I saw V hit 6 threes against Indiana, and people in the WNBA say she's not a great 3-point shooter. I said, get her in the gym and you'll find out. But I think with Caroline, it's there. It's just sometimes she has the ball late and some of those shots. But I hopefully she gets some momentum as we get into the Big Ten. I always bring up Veronica Burton, don't I? Yeah.
Coach, 2 straight games with 5 players in double digits. I mean, what does that mean in terms of offensive output and momentum?
Yeah, we're really, we preach every day, share the ball, be unselfish, and, make sure the right people getting the right shots at the right time. And, they made it hard to get it deep inside. They pushed Grace and Caileigh and Taylor off the blocks. So they, they sent a lot of help too. But, everybody stepped up when they had to. And that's a great sign for us that, people coming in, we can play. I thought Zamaya really helped us today. I thought you're going to see Taylor Thomas, who, I think helped us in the first half, and I think she's really her game is stepping up in practice. So we're excited about that too. So if we could play, if we can play 8, 9, 10 people, that would be great in our league.
Talked to Caileigh, coach, about this, but she really stepped up her game in the second half. She said it was a conversation between her and the coaching staff at halftime. Obviously not just on an offensive perspective, but 8 rebounds, 2 blocks made a huge impact on the defensive side as well. What was that conversation like with Caileigh at halftime, and how do you get her to be playing that way, all game long?
Yeah, she's so motivated. It's really easy from the standpoint. She wants. She just is still working her way back. She had to sit out. Earlier in November and missed some games and was limited in some other games. So she's just working her way back into, game game day, and I think this will be a good tournament for her and a good break too. And then she's able to. When she walks on the court, she's one of the smartest players in the gym, no matter who we're playing.
Last one right here.
Coach, Amarachi Kempson, 28 points. Was that a result of trying to focus some of their other shooters or defensive miscommunications?
I give her credit, man. She made some tough shots. She's a really good player, so hats off to her. I was really impressed with her. And, we going into the game, I thought Kiara Jackson's one of the top point guards that we're going to play against this year, so we put a lot of focus on both of them. But, they're really good players. All right, guys. Thanks. Happy holidays. We'll see you. You're welcome to get on the bus to Philly if you want.